the Prime Minister asked me as First Secretary to deputise for him where necessary in driving forward the government's plans to defeat coronavirus.
Make no mistake, Dominic Raab is a tough guy. The Brexit hard man, who was former Brexit secretary and a former Foreign Office lawyer, taking on Michel Barnier, taking on war criminals, you name it. He's someone who, as a black belt in karate, let's remember, does not pull his punches. So he's going to have to use all this prowess to lead the egos like Matt Hancock and Michael Gove in fighting and defeating COVID-19.
Key thing here is that Dominic Raab does not have the same authority as the Prime Minister. It's only been handed down to him, so all the decisions he makes will have to be in conjunction with the Cabinet. The Cabinet is already split, we know this, on how soon to lift the lockdown and what the economic costs of it are. The longer Dominic Raab is in the job, the more difficult decisions on which he doesn't know Boris Johnson's thinking will come up. That's his biggest challenge.
I think the challenge is less to do with the formal powers of the acting Prime Minister. It's to do with their political power, if you like. Boris Johnson won a big election victory and carries with him significant political authority that isn't there in the same way for Dominic Raab.
Having Dominic Raab as caretaker Prime Minister doesn't fundamentally change the way that any decision on the lockdown would be made, because that decision would be made by the COVID-19 subcommittee of the Cabinet, which is chaired by Dominic Raab at the moment. The issue, however, would be that he is not the Prime Minister. If there is disagreement within Cabinet about when the lockdown should end and the Prime Minister is not able to express a view on that, then there is a question about whether the Cabinet could be split on that issue and whether that would mean that they would have to have some sort of vote within Cabinet and whether, if there was a complete division, whether Dominic Raab would have the authority to be able to pick one side or the other in the absence of the Prime Minister.